Hello everyone and welcome back to Sawyer Studios, and today we are playing a fun game called the 3-word game. Pretty much how this game works is that I'm going to take every single LEGO Star Wars set that's coming out in the year of 2021, preferably from May the 4th till after. So we are not going to be doing the helmet sets, but we are going to start on the May the 4th UCS set, going all the way to the end of the year, the release of the UCS ATypical. I take every single set and I give a 3-word description of it that sums the entire setup and explain why. Let's get started, the 3-word game. The Mandalorian Throne and Vault. Darth, Maul, Polybox. Let's be real. The only exclusive figure that'll be in this set is the Darth Maul figure. The other one is Ahsoka Tano, and there's no way that LEGO is going to change that up after they just released an Ahsoka Tano, the AAT. It's a $20 set, and I mean, you're not going to be buying the set for a 150-piece throne, plus the little contraption that Darth Maul is in. You're going to be buying that set for Darth Maul. It's practically a Darth Maul poly bag with a little bit extra pieces, except sold in a box. Imperial Troop Transport, May 4th promo. LEGO has the imagination and the knowledge of cool minifigures that we want. I mean, look at this set. They're coming out with a Mortar Stormtrooper, the one with the yellow decals. That's cool. That's an awesome figure, and that's a great May 4th promo. But it's going to be in a set. We haven't seen a May 4th promo in years, and a lot of us are asking why. And it's not because LEGO's stupid. LEGO's a multi-million business. It's international. They wouldn't have survived this long or grown this much if they were stupid. So why aren't they doing May the 4th promos with minifigs? Because they found a more cost-efficient and more profitable way to sell highly wanted minifigs, and that is to put them inside sets that they don't think would do well with the older age group. Look back in the day. You used to have sets where it was like, these sets are strictly for the kids. These are strictly for the teenagers. This set is strictly for Star Wars fans. This set is strictly for adults. This is strictly for people who display things. This is ingenious. LEGO has taken the May the 4th poly bags, and instead of doing this one time a year on May the 4th, where if you spend over, $75 of LEGO, you get a cool minifigure. And they almost always have minifigs left over. So instead of that, they take the sets such as the AAT, they put a minifigure inside of it, like Ahsoka Tano, the 332nd Trooper, an exclusive cool minifigure. If the AAT didn't have those figs, adults wouldn't buy them. Only kids would. LEGO knows that the AAT doesn't look accurate. They're not stupid. They know that it's unproportional, but they know that kids would love that. It has a big gun on the top. What's not there to love? So how do we get adults to buy it? We put exclusive figs in it. From what I've been hearing about this Imperial Troop Transport, the pictures are not flattering. It's not a good troop transport. It has less pieces than you'd expect, and it's very unproportional. It's going to be very much like the AAT, or in the sense that it just looks childish. It doesn't look accurate, but it's cheap, and they made it look acceptable enough to sell. Acceptable enough to a point that adults aren't going to want to buy it, but kids are, because it's mainly for playing and not display. So how do you get adults to buy the set? You put in a Mortar Stormtrooper. This is LEGO's smart idea on how to get adults to buy these sets that they wouldn't normally buy. They put exclusive figs in it. So why do we need to do an exclusive fig poly bag? We don't. You don't have to if you're going to put them in sets. So, Imperial Troop Transport. Next set, Advent Calendar. Don't really care. It's an Advent Calendar. I mean, if you get some cool figs like last year, not a huge fan of the mini builds. I don't think they are usually worth the $40 price mark. So that's that. UCS R2-D2. R2 soon? The UCS R2-D2 prior came out in May 2012. I know that's 9 years, but it honestly seems like yesterday. There were so many different avenues that LEGO could have gone down instead of an R2 for this $200 set. We just got an R2-D2. It's way too early for a remake. They waited way longer than 9 years to remake that Yoda bust. It just makes no sense. I mean, I can think of hundreds of reasons why they should have chosen a set that's different than R2. Here's one. $200 Clone Wars Venator. Want another one? $200 dropship with ATT. $200 Republic Shuttle. $200 Silver Angel, maybe? If we weren't going Clone Wars, $200 GR75. A $200 Master Builder Yavin 4 base. $200 Endor Bunker. The list goes on and on. You could have done something that we haven't gotten, like, at all. UCS TIE Defender. I mean, the last UCS TIE we got was a TIE Fighter. And then we had the vote for the bomber, and that bombed. But, come on. I think there were so many better avenues for LEGO to go down. Next one. UCS Gunship. No Commander Cody. I've heard from many good sources that this gunship will be based on Episode 2. So obviously a Phase 2 Cody doesn't fit in an Episode 2 gunship. It's going to have the Genosium box art behind it, and it's going to be a nice display set. But $350 for a gunship makes me wonder what the exact piece count is, because it's definitely not going to be minifig scale. It's going to be oversized. It's going to be like the UCS Y-Wing, the UCS A-Wing. It's not going to have playability. I'm assuming most of the bricks are going to go to structural integrity. You can't fly around the A-Wing. The A-Wing is meant to be stationary. The A-Wing's meant to be displayed. This gunship that LEGO's making, it is purely for display. Sure, maybe the doors will be able to open. I hope so. I hope we'll be able to put some pilots in the cockpit. Other than that, I'm not seeing a whole lot of promise with functionality with the set. It seems like it's going to be purely for display, and I hope that's what people want. But for the minifigs, no Commander Cody. I think that's the truly big downer right there. Slave 1. It makes sense. So Slave 1 is a pretty popular ship now since the Mandalorian Season 2 came out. And kids can't afford a 20th anniversary Slave 1. You kidding me? So what does LEGO do? They re-release it, downsized, just like the X-Wing, just like the TIE Fighter. That's good, smart marketing. Once again, this isn't meant for the adults. This isn't meant for people over 18. This is meant for kids who love The Mandalorian and need a Slave 1 and only get an allowance of $10 a week. Remember when you were a kid? How long did you last being able to save up to $100? You got to 50, that money was gone. Kids can't save these days. So they re-released the set, cheaper, smaller, 2 solid figs, Boba Fett and Han Solo. It's a good move. Alright, the UCS AT-AT. Atypical armored transport. This set will be a disappointment. The visual aspect of it, the design, I'm sure will be beautiful. And we're all going to be swept away by how great it looks, because this is going to be a display set. When I say disappointment, it's going to be disappointed not in the fact that it's $800 for 6,782 pieces. I mean, remember the UCS Star Destroyer? $700, around the 5,000 piece mark. There's obviously going to be big paneling pieces on the AT-AT, just like the Star Destroyer. So of course the piece count's going to be low. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm also not talking about the fact that there will probably only be 2 minifigs. General Veers, maybe an AT-AT pilot, maybe get some with arm printing, something exclusive. But that's not really the issue either. The issue is going to be the fact that there is not going to be any interior. I was watching the Brick Vault, and they were building and displaying their UCS AT-AT. They got a design off of a website. And they had to redesign the legs because the weight of it on top the legs could not withstand that weight. So top heavy. And there was no interior. It was too heavy, and the inside of the body was literally a skeleton of Technic pieces. No rooms, no extra unnecessary weight, and still too heavy. The head didn't have an interior, just Technic strength. I'll be highly surprised if LEGO even makes a cockpit that you can put minifigures in. And if they have any sort of feature, I believe that would be the only feature they could put into it, is a cockpit. Don't expect some awesome hangar bay inside the walker with troop speeders and seats and an armory, because you're not going to get it. I'm surprised enough that LEGO is even doing it, even though it's a rumor, 90% true. It might not be. And if it turns out not to be true, I would not be shocked. But if it is an AT-AT, there's going to be zero interior. And the Brick Vault walker was over 6,000 pieces. So it's not like their walker was any bigger. It's gonna be just very heavy. And even with the modifications the Brick Vault made, they said that they were visibly worried about how it would stand up. So what I'm thinking is that LEGO's probably going to add some sort of snowy landscape to go with the walker, keep it in place, very much displayed, and I think that's really the only hope for this set. Bad Batch Shuttle. The figs matter. The shuttle is a cool concept. It's a unique design. But people aren't going to care about the shuttle unless the 5 figures are the Bad Batch. If LEGO pulls a Knight of Ren thing, I do believe people will be upset. They want to see Hunter, Wrecker, Crosshair, Tack, and Echo in this set, all day. However, there's a second avenue that I think LEGO could go that I don't think would have fans be that angry. I think the 5 figures in the Bad Batch set could be Hunter and Wrecker. We could also get a Phase 2 Commander Cody. That's where we'd be getting our Phase 2 Commander Cody. Phase 2 Captain Rex. And an Anakin Skywalker. I think that would be very, very clever in LEGO to do that. And the possible $30 Target exclusive would be a mini battle scene on the Techno Union planet where you could get Tech, Crosshair, Echo, and some droids and natives with a Flying Octave Terra droid to be the main feature of it. Obviously downsized just like the Battle Pack. Moff Gideon's Cruiser. Deploy the fleet. LEGO has made limited ships in their history of Star Wars. Not fighters, but ships. For the Imperial, we have an Imperial Star Destroyer, we have the remake, we have the UCS one and the remake of that one. We also got an Imperial Assault Carrier from Rebels and a Super Star Destroyer UCS set. That's it. For the Republic, we have a Venator Cruiser, we have a Republic Frigate. Want to count the Old Republic? We got that Corvette, which is pretty cool, but not iconic. For the Rebellion, we quite literally have only gotten Canto V4s with the interior of Home One in 2009 and a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Nebulon B frigate. That's mainly for display and shouldn't even count. We also got Commander Sato's ship, but that was a Toys R Us exclusive. I feel like not a lot of people got it. Finally, LEGO's making a light cruiser. Even after we had the show Rebels, and we saw a light cruiser in almost every other episode. But they're making it. And finally, people who collect ships to make awesome fleets for Imperial and Republic are going to have a light cruiser to work with. That's great. LEGO should do more of this. Make cool new stuff that hasn't been made before, and take risks. This isn't even a risk. This ship is wanted by so many. The Mandalorian is such a popular TV show. This wasn't a risk. But LEGO should take more risks that reflect this. Make new stuff that's never been made before. Even if it's not popular. There's plenty of stuff that is popular that they haven't made. They can start there. A Mandalorian fighter. It's about time. Finally, we were getting some solid Clone Wars remakes with new figures. Bo-Katan, Gar Saxon. I hope they redesign the Loyalist Mandalorian. That'd be great. That set would be awesome. I don't have much to say other than the fix selection is amazing. I like the price, $60. I think they could do a lot with 500 pieces for a solid shuttle fighter design. It should be good. Should be a well-designed fighter. The unknown $30 set. Depends Target exclusive. As I said before, in my sort of possibility with the Bad Batch, the route that they could go, I think that's a very good Target exclusive. They made that $30. I think everyone would buy it, especially if you got the Bad Batch, you'd have to get it. I think it would be a very successful Target exclusive, probably a lot more successful than that Galaxy's Edge transport. I don't know what they were thinking about that. I guess that is. I guess you consider that a ship. I wouldn't. People have been talking and saying that it could be one of those bigger battle packs like the 501st. If it's a Target exclusive, most definitely not. It'll be something else. If it's not a Target exclusive, I think that's spot on the money. There's no way that a Target exclusive, that any store exclusive, would be a battle pack. That's just ridiculous. Wow. The point of the battle pack is to be mass produced, sold in mass quantities. To be exclusive to one store, that's just a bad business move by Lego. I think if they did a big battle pack though, it could be a Mandalorian battle pack. I'd be expecting a 332nd Trooper, Mandalorian Loyalist, a 501st Trooper, and 2 Maul Mandalorians. That has potential. Finally, the Darth Vader's Meditation Chamber. Wonder what's next? I'm not that excited about this particular set, but I am excited for what door this set opens. You know the saying that it's not the person who starts, but it's the person that follows that starts a movement. If a man is dancing in the park, you're not going to dance with him. He's making a fool of himself. Why should you join? He can dance all day long. And if no one joins, it's just going to be him dancing. What happens when someone starts dancing with him? Now there's 2. And they're like, hey, it's not just one person. Another guy joined. Someone who was thinking about joining was like, okay, I'll join too. They joined first. It gives momentum. Sooner or later, you have 3, then 5. And then before you know it, it feels weird not to be dancing. It's not about the first set. The first set was the Bespin Duel. Even though it was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, it was still the first one. 18 plus. Displays a beautiful scene from a movie. Not a lot of functionality. Great figures. Here's the second one. Darth Vader's Meditation Chamber. Probably will have one feature, and that's the chamber part. So, what am I saying? I'm saying I'm excited for what's to come. Because there's a lot of iconic scenes that LEGO could keep going. If they're doing an 18 plus line in Star Wars, that's mind-blowing. That's great. Because those display scenes, man, LEGO is going to be able to do so much with that. Thank you everyone for watching this 3-word game for LEGO Star Wars Summer 2021 set. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. And also be sure to check out my other videos and live streams on the channel. Also, new live stream schedule coming out, I do believe, weekly, Fridays at 2 to 5. It's going to be live streaming. If I'm doing a longer one, probably Saturday. But from here on out, I think the official schedule is going to be Fridays, 2 to 5 Central Standard Time. So, be sure to mark that on your calendars so you don't miss a live stream. Thank you everyone for watching. This is Earth Studios. I'll see you all in the next video.